So to start off, you must be very happy with where the club's at, as well as the part-time status, still competing in a great competitive league.
Yeah, I'm very happy. As a football fan, I am no different to any of the rest of the guys. I would like to be higher up the table. I'd like more goals. I would like a cup run. We'd like more established players, but I'm also aware that we've done incredibly well to be where we're at with the resources we've got. So and I think that's testament to the management team of how well we've done, and I think they deserve all the credit and the recognition they get for that, because it's we have done well, and I think sometimes people maybe lose sight of that, but we've done incredibly well, and credit where credit's due to the management team.
What do you make of the team's current form?
I think it's fair to say we should have and could have had more points on the board. I think as a whole the team performances have been good. Individually, there's a few players haven't probably met the levels they have done previously from last year, and there's always room for improvement. But I think apart from a spell in a Dorking game, 35 minutes, and pretty much the same with Bromley in the FA Cup, we've been in all games and we've given a good account of ourselves. I know, there has been opportunities, missed chances where we probably should have and could have got more out of some of the games, but as a whole I've been happy with the team performances, and I feel we've been in every game, so I'm happy.
Our management team have proved popular with fans with their distinct styles of play and tactics, even with opposition fans on Twitter praising their style. What's your relationship like with the management team, and what qualities do you feel they bring to the team?
Personally, I have a very good relationship with the management team, and I think that's important that you do have a strong relationship with them. We work very closely, we spend an awful lot of time together, just the nature of the job. I think there is a misconception with some of the fans that we're best friends and we're out together all the time. I wish that was true. If I had the time, maybe I would be, but no, look, we work closely, as I did with Dean Brennan, but if I thought it was necessary that we had to make a change, or they wouldn't be doing their job properly, then I would address that, but I don't. I think they're the best people for the job, both Matty, Stuart, Craig, the whole management team as a whole. They do an incredible job, they work incredibly hard, they get the club, they work in some very challenging conditions at times with the club, with the infrastructure facilities we have. They don't moan, they get on with it, and it's not an easy job at times. So going back to your question, the qualities they have technically and tactically, they're incredible, and the players will vouch for that. They really know their stuff. They really research the other teams and the other players, and the way they play tactically. That's shown, with the contact time they have with the players to get the performances and the results we do get at times is, it's incredible. So, we work closely. We'll continue to work closely, and I'm a big fan of them.
We've also had some player recruitment this season. What do you make of the players and how they fit in?
Well, the ones, largely most of the recruitment we've done this year has been loans. So I'll start in goal with Jed. I think he's done incredibly well. There's a couple of nervous moments in the first few games, but the mistakes he made are behind him. I think he's done fantastically well, and for a young goalkeeper, he's proved what a great goalkeeper he is, and he's going to have hopefully a good career. So he's been fantastic. We also brought in Sam Bowen on loan, who's got 5 goals last count from holding midfield. Once again, he's done fantastically well, and he's growing, coming more into the team, and his goals have been incredibly important. So he's done well. Tav, we've seen in glimpses how well and what quality he's got. Hopefully, there's still the best to come from him. There's only 18 games gone, so we've still got 20 plus games. So hopefully between now and the end of the season, he'll continue to show us some of his quality and get us a few more goals and get us higher up the table.
The team's been at the Vale now for about 15 years. Do you think this is the best place for the team to be, facilities and location-wise?
Location-wise, yeah, it's a great spot. Logistically, the amount of train stations, the chimney pots locally, so it's great for that. I'd be lying if I said the facilities-wise it was. I think it's clear for everyone to see attached to the club and even visiting fans that the facilities and some of the challenges we have at Grosvenor Vale aren't great, and when you're comparing it to other people in the league and some of the stadiums we visit, it's very obvious we're in need of improving the facilities. But location-wise, yeah, it's great. It's just unfortunately some of the facilities are in dire need of improving.
There's a gap between us and full-time clubs in terms of resources and time. How does a club cope with this and still manage to compete alongside them?
It's very challenging. I think the biggest problem we have not being full-time is not players' fitness. It's the contact time the manager has with the players. Realistically, he probably has 4 hours a week with them, so that doesn't give you a significant amount of time to spend on the players individually in their development and improving them. It enables Stuart and Matty to get them into a formation, into a set of tactics ready for each game, which they do incredibly well with the amount of time they have with the players. In a full-time environment, you get an awful lot of time to spend with the players doing one-on-one coaching, trying to improve them, going through their clips, showing them the good things they're doing, the things they need to improve in. So being part does hinder us for that. Obviously, we make the most of the time we get with them, and we try not to moan about it too much. It's just where we're at. But yeah, it's a massive hindrance, and we'd be lying if we said it wasn't.
What are the plans for the future in regards to the Vale or exploring other options?
Since I've been chairman, we've been exploring and looking at alternative options. For me, I've always sort of believed and said that our long-term future is away from Grosvenor Vale. There's too many challenges for me to see us being there long-term. The facilities, the landlord is a very difficult person to navigate past. We've been in sort of detailed and advanced talks with Hillingdon Council now for over 2 years about a new site, and thankfully very shortly we'll be able to communicate that to the wider public, that we have secured a site with Hillingdon Council where we'll have a new stadium, and we're just finalising the last bits of that. So thankfully Hillingdon Council have agreed to awarding us some land where we can build a new stadium, and I truly believe our long-term future will be away from Grosvenor Vale, so we're not far from being able to communicate that. And it's been a long couple of years trying to get to this point we're at now, but we're in a real good position after lots of hard work from the board and Paul Rumans and other people connected with the club to get us to this point right now.
As I said earlier, we are competing at a high level for a part-time club and successful. However, is there that ambition to reach the EFL and push the club even further?
There's always ambition. I guess our main focus at the moment is sustaining National League status and finding a long-term home. If that comes along in between then great, but I guess we don't try to get too carried away. Our main focus is staying in the league and improving our position each year in that league.
Would an investment be something on the cards to help us achieve these ambitions?
Yeah, the reality is without significant outside investment, we'll run out of road eventually. With the model we've been using the last few years, we've done incredibly well to sustain 4 seasons in the National League, and the model we've adapted to get ourselves here. But the reality is we will run out of road. We need to go full time, which will need significant investment. The facilities at Grosvenor Vale, the new stadium, all of this thing needs significant investment, and without that, we will stall. And we're constantly looking for investment, constantly looking to partner with the right people who can help that club go to the next level. You've only got to look at the investment and the resources the clubs in this league have, and we fall significantly behind them with the investment we've had to date, and we've done incredibly well. And to get to here is great, but to keep moving forward and get to that next level without significant investment, then, I feel we will struggle, and eventually it will come back to bite us on the backside.